Hello fellow Helldivers, Thorn here, and yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of Helldivers 2, and well, there were some really good things with it, there were also some bad things, and things in terms of major orders seem to have a pretty dire future for the Helldivers community, especially if, PlayStation keeps having issues. We're gonna go over all of that, but without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So, yesterday was the anniversary of Helldivers 2, and with it, there were some good things, and well, there were also some bad things. The good thing is, we got a brand new major order completed. So we got the B-22 Model Citizen Anniversary Reward. It's a pretty good armor set. I highly recommend getting it. The downside, though, is a lot of players were not able to access the day of the anniversary, mainly because the PlayStation Network was taken down by the bots. If you say anything else, you need to go see your nearest democracy officer. But yeah, it was down for about 24 hours. It does look like things are capable and up and running now, but that being said, it was a little frustrating. I really do hope they take a look at the PSN account networking, account linking. There were some changes made to it. Some more countries were allowed in. But overall, it does become very difficult sometimes when you aren't able to play a game that you paid for because it requires online, even though you could very well do a mission single player if you wanted to. That being said, with the anniversary update, there was a brand new revelation given to all of us about the Meridian Singularity and how it is moving. They had said in the briefing, given its current course, it is a high risk of reaching Angel's Venture. Over the past weeks, the Ministry of Science has shed light on the Illuminate's plans. They appear to be attacking our worlds for the sole purpose of gathering dark energy, which allows them to actually go ahead and move the Meridian Black Hole. And in case you weren't aware, the new major order is going to be stopping 11 attacks from the Illuminate so that they can actually stop moving the Meridian Singularity. And this ends in 4 days, 23 hours. And well, this does seem like a pretty easy one to do in this time frame. It is important to know, I think the odds are probably against us regardless, because there is stuff in the subtitles found right here that you can see. It says all three factions surge towards Super Earth in sudden synchronicity. Do freedom enemies now act? And we actually have gone over this a couple of times, but basically what this means is after the 4 days major order is over, we can be expecting those Gloom missions that we talked about yesterday in the video to actually be making an appearance. There was an anniversary patch uploaded to the Helldivers Discord, and you can see right here another subtitle that says the Gloom may hold the key to stopping the Illuminate from moving the Meridian Singularity. A scientific expedition is being conducted to this planet at extreme cost and risk. The Helldivers must secure every scrap of useful data on the Gloom. And in case you missed it, yesterday we went over a ton of stuff, such as the fact of brand new mission types for the Gloom, new enemy types, and it looks like once we go ahead and the Singularity is moving, we're gonna have to go to the Gloom to go ahead and try and stop it from reaching Super Earth. All that being said, however, the big thing is it looks like no matter what we may do, the odds are against us and we will have to defend Super Earth at some point. In fact, we went over in a video the other day of gameplay of Super Earth and how it has a forestry biome, but then it also has urban areas. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what we can be expecting when we get to Super Earth and how exactly are we going to defend it and what we could be looking forward to. There was actually something posted by Iron Sights on Twitter which was pretty interesting. He let us know about a brand new urban center. It's for a center town globe statue, well, for Super Earth. Along with that, he let us know some more information, such as that it's going to be a statue used in the urban environment on Super Earth, and he might be returning back to Super Earth for some leaks in the future. Then he was asked, if Super Earth will be uploaded to look like Earth. Right now, it just seems like a ton of land, no oceans, and he said probably, as there was some in-game images that have actually been circulating that actually allow you to go ahead and see what the scope of the planet would look like. And Asunder actually went ahead and showed some stuff that was in the game files back in February that were then removed, and we're still waiting to come back. And there's some pretty cool stuff, such as the city skyscraper. This thing is absolutely massive, and he was able to actually show us some stuff down below as well where we might be interacting. There's this column that says democracy and equality, and also Mons Solar headquarters. I don't know what Mons Solar is yet, nor do I think a lot of other people, but it is interesting to see. Along with that, it has a very special plaque that says Capital Tower of Super Earth, dedicated to the memory of all who gave their lives for our country and to our heroes whom continue to make the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedom and sacred way of life. Then there is a quote from Hannah, former president of Super Earth, which is going to be pretty interesting because we're going to talk a little bit about presidents and what it might mean when we actually get to Super Earth, because the only thing we've seen so far is a placeholder map that looks to be jungle terrain, which we'll cover, but it also does look like from these files that we are definitely going to be getting an urban combat zone with a president's manor and so much more. There was this other thing he went ahead and shared, this war room briefing, which was also something found in the files, but it's going to be important. It's going to relate to today's video a little bit. As we know, this is the Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Super Earth Army, and it says your home is under attack, millions dead situation situation room, a lot of stuff going on. But that's actually pretty interesting because we do know that in the very near future, we are going to be having to defend Super Earth. Whether it's because we let the automatons actually crawl all the way to Super Earth, which they almost did, but then because Chaos Divers actually, you know, we're gonna let it happen. For whatever reason, Arrowhead said, wait, it's too early, we're not gonna go ahead and do that. Instead, this is something that they've definitely put a lot of work into in the near future. We've already talked about on this channel, there is a President's Mansion right here that is going to be in the game that we have to defend on Super Earth. We know this because actually Iron Sights did let us know that there is going to be a protect the president objective coming in the game, meaning that we are going to have to protect the president, but it gets even more interesting because it looks like the president is actually going to be someone we select. Iron Sights showed us a bunch of presidential stratagems that are granted upon electing a president. There's medical supplies, SOS, resupply, Patriot exosuit, orbital airburst, orbital Gatling, and Eagle airstrike. They have lower cooldowns, which seems like it's going to be tied into this objective. How we're actually going to go ahead and vote for a president with the game is going to be one of the more interesting things. Maybe we all go ahead and do a poll on our fleet ships, or maybe they give us a major order where two different candidates go ahead and give us two different major orders, and whichever one we complete is the one that we decide wants to be our president. Those would, in my opinion, be the most fun ways to do it. And then once we elect them, we're gonna, well, have to go ahead and defend them for the President's Mansion objective and making sure that it does not get taken over. There's also some other things tied to this president. There's a briefcase objective icon, which clearly looks like a nuke case, or at least in my opinion, it looks like something you would store something very strong and valuable in, and it's likely tied to the president's football objective. I don't have any more information on that other than that is what Iron Sights called it. I would also be interested if this is when the Super Earth Hellbot comes in. There's audio, it's going to be an NPC character, but it would make a lot of sense because it's described as the Super Earth Hellbot, is that it's a companion we get for this objective that we call in. All that being said, let's go ahead and take some more looks at Super Earth and what we can be expecting when that finally comes in.
Orbit synchronized. Launch initiated.
The fate of all humanity's children are in your hands. Do not let them fall. Engaging orbital laser.
Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts on the current state of Helldivers 2 with the Meridia Black Hole, the enemy types, and also the PSN network fiasco. Also, don't forget to check out this video right here where I cover news on Helldivers 2 on the daily. And until next time, everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep spreading managed democracy.